Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Well, we got a little before and after video for you guys today with the Blackstar HT5 head and cab that's down on the floor. And I got in my Jensen speaker today that I ordered, well, actually yesterday, sorry. Got it in yesterday. Today's a different day. Man, days are just blending together. Anyways, so we're going to do a little before and after deal so we can see what the difference is. The Blackstar cab that I have that came with my HT5 is 16 ohm, 10-inch speaker. And of course the HT5 is a 5-watt amp. And with 16 ohms, you plug into the single 16 ohm jack if you only got the one cab. And you're only going to get 2.5 watts. Okay? Well, it's allowed 2.5 watts. And it's pretty darn clean. I mean, tubes are definitely awesome. However, I wanted the whole 5 watts. But the test we're also going to do with this is we're not touching the controls on the amp. Okay? Right now the clean channel is set at 9 o'clock and the overdrive channel is also, its main volume is at 9 and our gain is actually at 3 because I wanted some grit obviously for overdrive. And I'm plugged direct in via cable, especially for those little purists out there. And I'm using my new version Affinity Telecaster for this test. So here's our clean stuff. That's the bridge and neck. Okay, so there's our clean. Now let's see what the gritty stuff sounds like. So that was bridge, so bridge and neck. And the neck. Okay, so this will be instant for you guys, but a little while for me. And I have to also remember I've now got to plug that cable into the 8 ohm socket on the back when I'm done, because we have an 8 ohm speaker now. Anyways, so before we do that though, this is the speaker that I got. This is our new Jensen 8 ohm 25 watt speaker that I picked up from Long McQuade. And this cost me just shy of $100 with tax. Of course, we are talking Canadian dollars, obviously. So, I will go get this done and we'll come back and see if we can definitely hear a difference. So, don't go away. Just a quick note, thought you guys might want to see this before we pull it out. This is actually a Celestion G10N40 40 watt speaker. Pretty interesting. Now that's a surprise because Celestion speakers are actually really good. Anyways, we gotta go rip this out, so instant for you guys. Alright guys, we're all back together and we've got our 8 ohm speaker in here now, and yes, we gotta connect it properly to the back of the amp. So, first time you, first time me. Honestly, I swear to you, I have not even tried this yet, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen here. But it'll be interesting. And no, I do not believe in breaking in speakers with a radio for 4 days or whatever people are doing. It's like, just play the darn thing. Anyways, let's see what happens. So nothing's changed on the amp settings. Everything's exactly the same. Same guitar too. That was a bridge, now both. And now the neck. Decent. Alright, let's do some dirt here. Alright, bridge. Just the neck. I actually quite like the sound of that. That is really nice. Now let's get off of the dirty channel. So one last little thing I want to do is see how the pedals actually sound. Mainly the rat pedal and my distortion pedal. Just gotta get this unhooked here. There we go. So the pedals that I have on the floor here, I got for this amp specifically. Other than the chorus, I can use it on electric guitar or I can use it on my acoustic. Anyways, so clean. A little bit of reverb. Alright, DS1 pedal. Definitely got to bring that level up. Okay, for this I'm just, by the way, just doing the bridge. Because I mostly play on the bridge anyways. Alright, rat. that's about roughly 10 after 9 on the dial kind of thing. It's actually really nice. Okay, back to the DS1. 10 after 9 on the dial. Need to add a little bit more bite. Well, I gotta say, guys, I'm color me impressed and very happy. That was definitely worth the investment to change over to an 8 ohm. I can't wait until I can crank this thing up for you guys. Do have to wait though until the landlords aren't home, because yeah, there's kind of some noise rules, especially at 25 after 8 in the morning. But anyways, next chance I get, I promise you, we are going to do a crank up video, and we're actually going to start this thing at halfway and see what it does on, you know, its own stuff, clean and overdrive, and then we'll throw the pedals in. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have the exact same settings on the pedals, because I'm liking how they sound right now. They're doing really good, so I think we'll leave that alone. But yeah, just changing from a 16 ohm speaker to an 8 ohm, and as long as your amplifier or your head will support 8, then good to go. And you shouldn't have any problems, because I think the majority of the heads out there anyways will all do 8 and 16. Some do 8, 16, and 4. And you know, the numbers work kind of weird, right? At 16 ohms, you're going to get, in this case on the HT5, 2.5 watts. At 8 ohms, you're going to get the full 5 watts. Okay, now unfortunately this Blackstar HT5 does not support 4 ohm, but if you do have an amplifier that does support 4 ohm, you double that power again to what would be in this case 10 watts of output if you were to use a 4 ohm cab. But unfortunately, if you try to put a 4 ohm cab on a tube amp and a lot of solid state amps that don't support 4 ohm, you will cook your amp very quickly. It will overheat and it will fry. In the case of a tube amp, it could fry it almost instantaneously, because the tubes will not be able to handle it. So do not try that kind of stupidity, okay? Only use what your amplifier itself can handle for ohms of speaker. As far as wattage goes, you know, 40 watts is what Blackstar is using, which gives them a lot of headroom in case somebody bought like a 20 watt head, for example, right? Then yes, the speaker will more than handle with this cab. So if you want the 20 watt head, which they do have one actually, and you want this cab, well then you're all set to go. It's good for 40 watts. The current speaker I just put in, which is the new Jensen, it has a maximum power rating of 25 watts. Okay, so you can't have more than 25 watts going through it, or yeah, you can pop your speaker. So keep that in mind. But the sound and overall tone of this thing is so much nicer to my ears now, especially even on the telly. And I liked it before on the telly. I like it even more now on the telly. So when we do our crank up test, we're going to do 2 separate videos, likely maybe even 3, because I do have a Strat. So we'll do Strat, telly, and a Les Paul, because the Les Paul of course has dual humbuckers. The Strat, of course, is the one I have is traditional, so it's 3 single coils. And of course my Telecaster is traditional with 2 single coils. And we'll see exactly what this thing does sound like with different volume levels. And like I said, we'll start out at half volume on the clean, and we'll do the same thing on its own overdrive. We'll just turn the main volume to half. I kind of like the gain setting where it is for the kind of dirt we get. And we'll just continue on. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought too of the before and after in this video of the sound of the factory 16 ohm versus this new Jensen 8 ohm. Now remember, the Celestion is also 16 ohm and at 40 watts, right? The original speaker. This is 8 ohms, so it's cut in half as far as ohms go. But then of course we get that power increase, right? So now we're running an actual real 5 watts again, capable. So, but I like the tonal difference, I really do. And I'm sure that over time as the speaker breaks in as I'm playing, yeah, it's definitely going to do much better and better all the time. You know, breaking in a speaker though, I think, you know, I don't know why a lot of guys do what they do, because low volume for even a day, really, it doesn't do a whole lot. If you're going to break a speaker in, you break it in either, you know, gently, so lower volumes for, you know, a few days, you know, play it for a few days, break it in lower volumes. Or you can break it in at harder volumes, and that's going to change the overall tone of that speaker, how it's been broken in the end. So it's kind of like a car. Break it in easy, and yeah, you shouldn't have too many issues along the road of your ownership of your car. Break the engine in hard though, and well, you could be asking for some repairs down the road. It kind of depends. So, but anyhow, that's what I got for you guys. So thanks so much for watching and sticking around. And again, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this. And but I like it. So even if you don't, I could care less. I like it. I think it sounds way better than it did before. So definitely, for me, that's a big win-win. See you on the next one.